Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Whitney with That Whitney Life. In this video, I have a bunch of really cute, really easy Christmas DIYs for you that some of them even your kids can do with you if you want to have like a fun little Christmas craft day or whatever. And these can be done in like 20 minutes or less or something. Super easy, really fun, really cute. So if you're interested to see how these turned out, just keep on watching. So this is probably the easiest DIY on the planet. I'm going to use these for my coffee bar. These are just Dollar Tree mason jars and then the window clings from the Dollar Tree. And I chose a candy cane, a little snowflake gingerbread thingy, and then a gingerbread candy cane as well. And then I'm just tying some ribbon around them, around the top of it. This is Dollar Tree ribbon, of course. And these I'm putting in my coffee bar, like I said. So one is going to have little chocolate spoons, and one is going to have peppermint spoons, and the other one's going to have coffee. And you can absolutely do like hot chocolate one, marshmallow, peppermint, and the other one. That would be really good too. But I just love these, and they're so incredibly easy. It was like, what, $3 to do it? Now this next one, I am just taking these bells from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to jazz them up a bit. I'm going to take them apart, and they came apart pretty easy. Yeah, the little pine on it just untwisted, and the little like holly and bow and stuff were just twist tied on. So I'm just going to paint some stripes on it. This is Rust-Oleum chalk paint in linen white. Of course, I get it at Home Depot in like... Hey, excuse you guys. Sorry, dog's barking. Story of my life. Anyways, I get it at Home Depot in a big quart. And I love this paint. I'm just going to go ahead and paint stripes on them. I did do 3 coats. Now, I'm kind of not the best painter in the world. My hands are pretty shaky, so, sometimes it's not going to turn out pretty, but hey, we're not like machines or anything. This does not come out of a factory. This is by our own 2 hands, and sometimes you're going to make mistakes. Not that big of a deal at all. It's still going to look flipping fabulous. So give yourself some grace. Now, after I have all that done, I wanted to do little lines in between, and I only did 1 coat on this. This is really just for a little added detail. And it's completely optional. Like, you really don't have to do this, but I thought it looked more pepperminty, I guess. So it kind of looked like the lines were swirled together. And I really do like doing this. I do it on a few things that I've painted kind of peppermintish. I like how it looks. I think it really adds to it, makes it look a little bit more realistic, a little bit more professionally done. But again, it is not going to be perfect. I did mess up a few times on this and had to wipe it off. But the nice thing about paint on plastic is it wipes up pretty easily. I just did it with my finger. I mean, if it was a little bit too late, you can always take like a wet towel or something and just wipe it off. Like a lot of projects I do, I use them over and over and over again. So these will probably be painted over because all the paint just washes off pretty much. Now I'm going to make a little simple bow. Just fold it over on itself so there's a single loop on each side. And then I'm going to do a bit of a tail. I took these apart. These were all just twist tied together. So I took the holly. I put a little bit of a tail on the bow. And I just twist tied it together with that holly. And I think it made a really cute bow. Of course, I dovetailed the ends. But this pine I wanted to keep, so I just fed it through. It was basically just fed through the top of it and twisted together. So I just did that. And then I twist tied the little bow back on. Nothing is glued down, so you can always take this apart and redo the bow. For next year, if you want to change your decor or whatever, doesn't matter. And I think these are way cute. These are going on a couple of homemade sconces that I did out of just some old fence wood that my landlord gave us. He was like, hey, you want some wood? Sure. I like projects. So that's what those are hanging on, just to jazz up the living room a little bit. Now this one I love. It's super, super easy, and it would be super fun for like if you're doing a craft day with some kiddos, like if you have grandkids or your young children. I think this would be really fun. So just take the fake snow from the Dollar Tree and put a little tiny bit in. I put too much and I did have to end up dumping some out. And there are two pieces to this. So there's the insert, which is what I'm gluing the tree onto. These are from the cobblestone corner at the Dollar Tree. I clipped off, you are going to need to clip off the bottom because they are too tall for this. Clipped it off and glued it down. And now I'm making the tiniest bow in the world for it and just gluing that on there. And then I decided I wanted some little people in there. Well, not really people, they're snowman, but snowmen are people too, all right? So I glued those down to make like a little winter wonderland scene sort of thing. Now these, you can put water in it. I chose not to because I was using like that really terrible quality Dollar Tree fake snow. I highly recommend using what you need and throwing the rest away. It's pretty terrible and it's kind of foamy, so I wasn't comfortable putting water in there. But if you had like some chunky glitter or something, you could totally do that. Now I'm just tying a bow around it and just finishing it off. I did make 2 of these. One of them is, this one is the snowman, and then the other one is Mrs. Claus with some cookies, and then Santa. As always, make sure you dovetail the ends of your ribbon just to give it a little bit of a higher end look, but that is it. I adore these. I really want to do ones with water. I just don't have like the glitter for it or anything like that, and I couldn't find any at the Dollar Tree either, so I'm gonna have to look somewhere else, but I just think these are so stinking cute, and it was so easy. Like, please get your grandkids together or your young children and make some of these for Christmas. Or even like if you have maybe a youth group or something, this would be such a fun project for them. I think they are so cute and they were so easy. I love them to pieces. Now this next one is just kind of a little, not a floral, but kind of like a candy forest, I guess. That's what was in my mind, was a candy forest. These little trees are from the Target dollar spot. They were $3. And then I took like the base of them off, so I just had the tree. And then the little bucket is from the Dollar Tree. They did have them this year. I got it last year though. These picks are from Hobby Lobby. It was, I think it was $10, but everything was half off. So I just clipped these apart and stuck them in the foam. Oh, what I didn't show is I did put some floral foam down in there as well, and then put the tree on top of that. So now this is a pick from Hobby Lobby. It was like $2.99 and half off, I think. And it had these little like red balls on it. So I clipped all those off. I'm going to use those later on in this. And put the rest of I cannot speak. Put the pick in the forest. And then this is a little peppermint from Hobby Lobby as well, and this was $2.99 on sale, and this candy cane was from there as well. I did kind of a little, I wasn't gonna go in Hobby Lobby, but I was at the mall and I was like, okay, maybe I'll just look, and you know how that goes. It's just a downward spiral from there. This is I think it's called deer moss. So they have the Spanish moss, and I think this is deer moss at the Dollar Tree. And this is actually kind of a little cool product. It's very realistic, and it smells mossy too, and it feels really real. And then I just put those little balls back on in there, and my little candy forest is done. I think it's way cute. I put it in, you can see my ponytail palm is kind of creeping up in the camera. But I put it with my houseplants just in my dining room, and I think it goes well with it. I think it's really pretty. I did make 2 of these. So this last one is, I think, my absolute favorite. This is a tumbler from the Dollar Tree. I took the lid, flipped it upside down, and glued it in there. And then I took Dollar Tree spackling and just filled that in, like as tight as I could get it, and smoothed it out really well with just a butter knife. This stuff washes off really well, so don't worry, you're not going to ruin your knife. And then this is Dollar Tree caulking, and then a cake frosting kit as well. So a nozzle from that, and I did use the bag for it and threw it away. So this is just a Ziploc bag. cut the bottom of the caulking off and just empty the contents in. Try to get as much out as you can. It is pretty thick, so you are going to want to work at it a little bit, but get as much out as you can because every little bit counts. Squeeze that down to the bottom, and now we're going to make some fake whipped cream. So I'm doing like a little, I'm calling it a mocha because I love coffee, but if you like hot chocolate, you can call it that too. But I'm just going to pipe some caulking on for whipped cream. This is a little loose, like not loose, soft, I guess. So it is kind of hard to work with. It's not super stiff, but I think it turned out really cute. And that is just a Dollar Tree straw that I cut in half. And now those picks that you saw, I'm sorry, the lighting, I was losing light, and so the lighting's kind of bad right now. Those are the Hobby Lobby picks, and the little tiny red balls on it, I just cut those off, and I'm using those as just a little embellishment, like maybe some sprinkles or maybe some peppermint candies on top, whatever your imagination takes you, that's what they are. I did cut a larger ball off of another same pick that I had, and I did pop that on top, and you'll see that later. I didn't show it in the video because it kind of came, my idea kind of came like after I was done filming, and I was like, I can just say that I did it later on. So, and I will note that the ink from the Dollar Tree straw does bleed a little bit. Not bad, but it does. But here it is. I think it's dang adorable. I want to make like faux cupcakes and faux cake, everything faux now with that caulking. It's awesome. But that is everything I have for you for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. God bless.